So, welcome to another episode of Conexion Circular. Today, we're going to discuss how women in sustainable finance and impact investing are redefining the heart of the finance. I'm Viridiana Bello, and today we have a special episode for everybody to understand more about these topics because it's very important to understand how we can invest our money. Our guest is Sameera Fernandes. She is a Director of Corporate Affairs and Sustainability at Century Financial, where she spearheads initiatives to integrate environmental, social, and governance. And others, Sameera brings a wealth of expertise to the table. A mentor in Dubai Businesswomen Council, and we are proud of your achievement, Sameera. So it's a pleasure to have you here in our show. And let's talk about sustainable investments and how they can impact us, okay?
So absolutely delighted to be with you, Viridiana. Thank you so much and congratulations on this great initiative as well.
Thank you so much. So starting with this topic, we had been in sustainable talks in sustainable finance. So what is the new buzz on sustainable finance and impact investing all about? Can you please simplify us? What is it?
So thank you for this opportunity, and sustainable finance and impact investing are gaining great momentum nowadays as powerful strategies for directing financial resources. And these resources are directed at community-related initiatives to solve a crisis or address a community need. It could be as simple as climate change or poverty or equality. And as you have asked me to simplify it, let me just talk about sustainable finance first. Well, it refers to any form of a financial service which integrates environmental, social, and governance, the ESG criteria, into any business or investment decision. It's all about ensuring that the investments we make today do not compromise the future. We look at focusing on long-term rather than the short-term gains. And this could be anything from green bonds to funding renewable energy projects, or even to support businesses with strong practices. So that's what sustainable finance is all about. While we talk about impact investing, well, this is how we take a step forward by not just avoiding harm, but by looking at positive impact. It involves investing in companies, organizations, initiatives, and funds with the main intention to generate social and environmental impact along with financial return. Think of it as, maybe investing with purpose. Either it could be combating climate change, improving health outcomes, or inequality. And you asked me a great question. Why is it buzzing nowadays? It's simple, growing awareness. There's a rising consciousness among investors and the public on the role of finance and how it can solve environmental and societal issues. And there is also a demand for change. People are increasingly demanding that their money is used for a good purpose, for a sustainable and equitable world. And third, which is very important, evidence of impact. They just don't want their money, to perform well, but they want to ensure that it is ethical as well. And finally, regulatory support. As you can see here in the UAE itself, the government and the regulators are beginning to support sustainable finance practices, giving guidelines, frameworks, encouraging growth. And I think that is why, all of us across the world need to come together to encourage its growth.
How does impact investment differ from traditional investment strategies, particularly in terms of expected financial returns and social environmental impact measurement? Because I think that is the main issue of the investors. They want to see their return. So how do you see it?
I think it's very simple, Viridiana. They have dual objectives when it comes to impact investing. One is obviously the financial return, and secondly, the positive social environmental impact. So unlike traditional investments, where the primary focus is only on financial performance, impact investment goes a step forward, where you're talking about the ability to contribute to tangible societal or environmental benefits. And along with this, you have specific metrics, benchmarks in place to succeed in both dimensions.
Yes. So have you seen a change of the behavior in your audience? Like they're asking you more about if you have these sustainable portfolios, or is increasing the awareness, is increasing the way that they want to be involved?
Yes, I think for the past, years when we spoke about sustainability, it is a very normal, gradual transition to move finance into sustainable practices, because now the world is asking for it. We have investors asking for it. We have the Gen Zs who are interested in investing for impact. And when we have a market need and societal consciousness when it comes to ingraining their values into investments, I think it is very important for companies like ours to undergo the transformative stage and offer what the market is looking for.
Yes. So what unique challenges and opportunities do women face in the impact investing field? And how do these dynamics influence their approach to investing and portfolio management? Because I think that it's always a barrier to understand this kind of portfolios, but how do you see the women are facing this challenge?
Well, I don't really see it as a challenge, but I think what is the biggest issue is an underrepresentation of women in leadership roles. Because I think, that's where there's a potential bias when it comes to funding allocation. And this I see currently as unique opportunities, because women's perspectives and experiences are what can really drive innovation and help in identifying impact investment opportunities, especially where there are areas which are disproportionately affecting women and the marginalized communities. So the empathy and insight that women have, which bring to the table when it comes to impact in investment decisions, is really diverse. And I think this will give a more holistic and inclusive contribution to investment strategies at the moment.
Okay. And how can female investors leverage their perspectives and experience to identify and capitalize on impact investment opportunities that may be overlooked by mainstream investors?
So I think women have historically been impactful but under-recognized. It could be across the world, and this is something that is now, being an eye-opener, where most financial firms are looking at having women to keep it more inclusive and diverse at the same time, be it healthcare, education, or even one of the recent sustainable agricultural forums by the US government that I attended. And I think by prioritizing investments in enterprises that support women, empowerment and gender equity, female investors can also address market gaps and look at significant social returns along with financial gains. And I think their experiences and insights, although have been overlooked for quite some time, I think these very, very closely align with the goal of impact investing.
In your business, have you seen an increase of female investors, or it was in these years?
Yes, I think women in impact investing have grown over the years, and I think they can only amplify, these efforts by championing investment, not just in women-led enterprises, but also looking at businesses that promote gender equality in various operations. It could also be, investing in projects which have a direct positive impact on women and girls. And by doing so, we are just coming together to close the gender gap, and ensure that both economic and social value pertain and are prominent when it comes to gender inclusive investment strategy.
Portfolio. How do you have changed your view in the portfolio? How do you know now that a portfolio is more sustainable or has impact? you have you have some key indicators that you are having in your business to say, okay, this investment, I think they have all the key parameters, and I'm sure that is leading for an impact.
So yes, I think there are different evaluation criteria which looks at this, but I think one of the key area is a sustainability analysis and integration to see that in any investment decision, how do we align ESG factors in the investment decision? How does it align, and what is the kind of shared value in terms of societal impact? The second area, I believe, is portfolio diversification. When we talk about investing, it is very important to diversify our investment portfolio by incorporating a mix of assets that contribute to the SDGs. It could be as simple as renewable energy, sustainable agriculture, clean technology, social enterprises. The third, I believe, is stakeholder engagement, which is very important because it's very important to have the communication and dialogue between investors, clients, community partners, mainly to promote accountability and transparency in our efforts, because that is reflective of the values of our stakeholders. And finally, as you spoke about the evaluation criteria, I think impact measurement and reporting is vital to ensure that we have very clear impact objectives, we track performance, and we communicate the outcomes. So should we have this key metrics in place, it helps us in ensuring that we create impact with our investments.
Yes, I think that the one point that I agree with you is that we need more female investors to invest in women, because we understand our challenges, no? Because and that will help to reduce the gender disparity, because we understand, for example, to be a mom, to be with this menopause, to be in all the period, like all the challenge that a woman face, and sometimes it's difficult to deal with this and also have a business, and to
Yes.
create this community and this kind of support between females and entrepreneurs and investors. It's good that we have people that have seen this experience, because they know and they understand the requirements, the needs, that they need to support more women to reduce the gap, because that is the important thing. So in what ways are impact investing initiatives addressing gender disparities, and how can women in impact investing play a role in advancing gender equity through their investment choices?
So, as you rightly said, I think it takes a village to raise a child and a community to raise a family. And I think that is why it's very important to ensure that we all work together and we promote equity in its rightful form. We talk about women in impact investing, but all these efforts that we put together should only help us promote gender equality across the operations. And maybe investing in projects by women entrepreneurs, or investing in projects that have a direct impact with women and girls. So this can, maybe this could be some ways where we could help close the gender gap and look at gender inclusive investment strategies as we move forward.
Okay, and from your point of view, what is your advice for these female investors? Like how they can start to choose a portfolio?
Yeah, so I think rather than only choosing portfolio, I think some of the general rules which I would like to share with women who are interested in anything dealing with finance, and these areas is cultivate strong professional networks where you can build on, your key connections, see what's happening in the market, keep your ear to the ground, find out what are the new investment avenues, and get help from people around to see how you could take that investment forward. Also look at role models and mentors who are currently in the finance stream, and ask them for support, and create a very supportive environment to ensure that women can work together. I always believe in lifelong learning, so keep this learning in practice. Continue with learning and development. Find out what are some of the high demand areas such as fintech or sustainable finance or data analytics, where women are venturing out into, and connect with them. And have different digital platforms to leverage your skills. For example, I use LinkedIn, or I read industry blogs, I visit financial forums, I look at insights, I speak to colleagues to learn more. And I think it's very important for us to keep a very open culture, a culture where we can learn from each other, hold each other's hand, and see how we can all grow together, because the only way forward is towards a collaborative future.
Yes. And for you, what is your advice for the people, for example, as me, that I want to change my behavior in finance? How can integrate sustainable finance? How can I integrate more about the impact portfolio? How, give me some advice how I can improve myself.
I think reading the business news has helped me a lot, because that keeps us attuned to what is happening in the business environment. Also, UAE has a lot of business networking forums. We have one of the world's largest AI meet happening soon. Something on finance happening. I think there's a stockbroker event, and at the Dubai Chamber we are also having our first a roundtable for the stockbrokers and the investment services community. And I think, reaching out, being a part of these discussions, hearing what is happening, interacting with key players in the industry can help, expand our knowledge and insight, and take a call. And at Century Financial, we have a lot of investment workshops, right from the basics of investment strategies to to fine tuning our investment skills, understanding what a diverse portfolio means and where to invest, and what are some of the reasonable investing ethics and culture that should be followed. We have a workshop starting very soon, so if all those are interested, I will surely share the details with you on our investment strategies. But I think it's time for women and men to, open up and look at broader avenues of collaboration, learning insights, and entering the world of finance.
Yes, that one thing that I really, really love, that when I participate with you in this panel in the COP28, that you provide us some book about how to understand the basics of finance, and also it was you give us a notebook where it was like a open eyes with me, because it's like a calculate the days that you have in average, that is that like a calculate the days that you still have in average to live. And that was like, oh my God, I have less than the half. But it's good because you give some tools, like this notebook that you give has a good advice how to start to think more about how you are investing your money, how you're investing your time, because time is money also, that we don't have. True. It's not tangible, but it's something that we are investing. And I think that everything that you have done, like these workshops for the blue collars, because they need more advice, and because they don't have maybe the time, the tools, or the opportunity to learn. So I think that is so important that you have done. And one question that I always most of the people is how I can do my transition into sustainability, because we start with this transition to be more in the side to evaluate our impact to the society and our impact in the environment. So given your extensive experience in these super hidden sustainability initiatives at Century Financial, you are making the transition from sustainable as usual to sustainable finance and impact investing. So how do you could you outline the key focus areas in your new role within this domain, how you are doing?
So I think that's great that you spoke about, what is reality and on the ground. So here at Century, we have 4 pillars of 4 main initiatives that we came up with. So one is sustainability and you, which is all about partnerships and collaborations. So whether it is with, the Red Crescent or the Emirates Environmental Group or the Dubai Chamber getting the CSR label certification, we look at a wide-scale connect with these areas of sustainability and you. The second we have is educate now, and very recently we initiated a financial freedom for all, along with the United Nations PRME, which is the Principles for Responsible Management in Education, where we had over 40 to 50 educational institutions and companies come together with over 10,000 workers, blue-collar workers, aiming to get financially empowered to power their personal and professional goals. So I think this is something that you were part of, and we really appreciate your support in driving together positive change. We also have She Matters, which is dedicated to women, to empower women, not just with financial literacy, but also with health and many other aspects of life. The fourth we have is health, wealth, and happiness, which is also directed towards blue-collar workers, but to our employees as well, to promote health, wealth, and happiness at different facets of life. It could be exercise sessions, mental health, physical health benefits, ensuring that everything we do is of value, goes with our values, and also I believe it makes us a great place to work. Luckily, and we are blessed to be called the UAE's first great place to work. We have a lot of harmony, a lot of initiatives here with employees, not just empowering them personally, but professionally as well. And this is the first step of being a sustainable business, because when you have your groundwork and a solid foundation, automatically you have your stakeholders, right from external collaborators to your employees, joining hands together to bring about very powerful and purposeful societal change.
Okay. Now, thank you so much, Sameera, for all your insights in sustainability, and also how is the role of the women in sustainable finance, and how if the female investors can make a better impact in the finance ecosystem. So it was a good advice how to make the transition, how you can also the tools that you provide to make it easier the transition for the finance to sustainable finance, and how to be more aware of this impact. Thank you so much for all your insights, and it was a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you, Viridiana. And, at the onset, I would like to say that I believe in equity. I believe in an equitable world. And I believe in a world where both men and women can come forward and work towards the future of sustainable communities through finance, through investments, through strategies, and through better decisions, which can safeguard all of us towards communal harmony. There was a time where traditional investments were the only pick. But today, the world is moving from traditional to sustainable investments. And this is the need of the hour. And I believe that this is the heart of finance. Thank you for this beautiful conversation. I have really enjoyed the questions that you've asked and the importance that you're giving to women in creating positive societal impact as well. Thank you.
Thank you so much, and thank you for joining us on Conexion Circular. Stay informed, act, and be the driving force behind a sustainable future. And if you are passionate about sustainability with unique insights to share, we invite you to be part of our future episodes. Send us a direct message, or if you want to discuss, you know how to reach us. Thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you.